It all started when me and my best friend Mickey were listening to the radio. The news reporter said a girl went missing. They said her name was Rosie Saxon. Then all of a sudden, Mickey said he knew her. I looked at him in shock. That included her parents that he knew. So we went to visit them. When we got to her parents' house, they explained that she was just hanging out at the mall with her friends and that she didn't come back. They were too grief-stricken to talk about the rest, so we went to our friend Larry's house. But he was acting weird ever since the disappearance of Rosie.
I've been practicing some experiments for school,
Larry said. We were disappointed that he didn't know anything, but I was pretty sure we would find something, and soon. What kind of sick son of a bitch would do something to steal a 14-year-old girl? Mickey said angrily as he took a bite of sandwich. I don't know who would, but have you noticed the way Larry's been acting since the disappearances? I said. After that episode, we went to bed. Next morning when I woke up, something wasn't right. Mickey was gone. It said something on the wall near Mickey's bed. It said PaperCuts in writing. Something weird was happening.
After Mickey's disappearance, I tried to figure this out. So I went to my friend Nick's house. But he wasn't there. Then I went to my other friend Katie's house. But she wasn't there. Then I did the obvious thing. I went to Larry's house. But he was acting a little weirder than usual. He had this sinister look like he killed someone. He kept getting anxious, like he was planning something. He kept laughing and murmuring to himself like he did something wrong. But he didn't care about it. But then he went to the living room. It looked like he was grabbing something. Then all of a sudden he hit me on the back of the head with a wrench. Was this the end? Was I really gonna die like this? Did Larry kidnap Rosie, Mickey, Katie, or Nick? I thought, it might have been the end for me at this point.
I woke up in some lab-like environment, but what I saw made me sick. I saw my best friend Mickey hanging by his entrails. PaperCuts, he said in an extremely weak-sounding voice. Then Nick and Katie tied together a barbed wire getting torn apart. There was some contraption above them, where I guess if you escaped, it would have decapitated you. The next thing I saw churned my stomach. It was a photograph of what I guess used to be Katie. The next thing I saw churned my stomach. It was a photograph of what I guess used to be Rosie, because the name Rosie was descriptive in the bottom. I noticed that she was sitting on a bed that I'm sitting on right now. The photo had bad resolution, so I couldn't really make anything out of it. I puked at the sight I was seeing. Then I saw a figure. He was a little tall and whitish. It was Larry. He unstrapped me and brought me to my feet. He took me to a chair, strapped me up again.
See those over there? Those are my failed human experiments, and you should be my first success,
he said as he grabbed a thin layer of construction paper. What are you doing with that? I said in fear. He took the webs of my fingers and sliced them with paper. Why are you doing this? I said in horror and agony.
Experimenting with PaperCuts,
he said sinisterly as he was slicing the webs of my toes. Then he grabbed my neck and sliced my neck. He unstrapped me and grabbed a gun out of his pocket.
You failed my experiment! You failed me! Now you must end up like my other failed fucking experiments,
he said, holding the gun to my head. The second after he said that, I slugged him in the stomach. He said he was on his knees. I grabbed his gun and pistol, whipped him to death. After that, I got my friends to the ER, came out alive, and decided to have a survival party at my house. And it was a great time too, but Larry was found dead in the garage the same night. After the party, Katie and Nick went back home. Me and Mickey started to go to bed. Mickey was looking for his toothpaste. Hey dude, look what I found! As he was in the drawer. Looks like some kind of picture, he said as he was adding the toothpaste to his toothbrush. It was a photo of Rosie. I looked at the photo in shock. Get thing away from me, I said in fear and angst. Alright, have it your way, but I'm gonna keep it, Mickey said joyfully. But sadly, Mickey was dead the next morning.